Hey everybody, today we're going to look at accuracy and precision. Now the way we use accuracy and precision in science is different than what we would use these words in everyday language, because we kind of think of accuracy and precision as being very similar to each other, but in chemistry and science they're very, very different. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. And this is important when we're dealing with measurements. So when we make a measurement in the laboratory, it's very important that we make sure that our measurement is correct, and we also want to make sure that it's reproducible, because if it's not reproducible, then it's really not scientific. The whole point of science is that we're able to keep getting the same results over and over and over again and make some predictions about that end result. So accuracy is going to be looking at the correct part, and precision looks at the reproducibility. Okay, so accuracy is a measure of how close a measurement comes to an actual value. Okay, so the actual value is what it's supposed to be. Okay, essentially what's expected or accepted by the scientific community. So for example, let's say that the density of something is, we're going to do an example of this in just a little bit, but let's say the density is like 5.2. Well, your experiment should get that same result. Okay, now percent error is what we use to measure accuracy. So if we're going to measure the accuracy, we're going to use this equation down here to measure how accurate, how close we're coming to the target, which would be the actual value, which is your expected. All right, I'm changing the words here just a little bit because it's a little confusing with another calculation later down the road, so I unified everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a measurement. So the experiment is going to produce a measurement, and that's what you're going to put here. So that's U, and the expected is basically the scientific community. Okay, so this would be your scientific, or what is accepted in the real world. Okay, now there's other ways of getting this exact value or expected value other than just looking it up. Most of the time what you're going to do is you're going to look this information up. You're going to have to look it up in a book. Okay, so what is precision? Well, precision is a measure of your ability to reproduce it. So you want to be able to get that same result over and over and over and over again. So let's say that our mass is equal to 2.65 grams. All right, that's the expected. That's what we know it should be. Okay, so that's the target we're looking for. That's our expected value. Now, let's say you make a measurement and you say that it's 1.45 grams. Well, if that's your experimental amount, you can tell right away that that's not really that accurate at all. So that's bad data. All right, so you make another measurement, you fix and fine-tune things, and you get 2.63. Like, okay, good. Now we're close to the target, so we're very accurate in that measurement. Now, notice from here to here, we weren't very precise because our precision has changed. We went from one number to another. But if we make a third measurement and we end up getting 2.62, still pretty accurate, we're still pretty close, and now we have a level of precision. Okay, so we can see that our precision just tells us that we get the same results over and over, or very close to the same results over and over. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me show you something here with using a dartboard. If we're looking at a game of darts and you're going to try to shoot the darts, we're looking at accuracy. Okay, most likely what you want to do is shoot for the bullseye. Okay, so if you're able to hit that bullseye over here, right, that means that you're accurate, right? You hit that bullseye. All right, so that would be a measure of accuracy. If I wanted to hit the 18, that's a bullseye. Well, it's a bullseye, but that's accurate. If I want to hit the 20 up here at the top, that's an accuracy. Accuracy, wherever you want to hit is where you're going to hit. That measures accuracy. Now, precision means that your measurements are all in the same spot. So let me give you an example. So let's say that we're trying to get the bullseye, okay? And you get a measurement here. Let's change the color so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so you're trying to get a measurement here. You get another one here. You get another one here. You get another one here, and another one here. Okay, so these are your measurements, or you're throwing darts, and this is what you get. Well, one of your measurements was accurate, and a whole bunch of them were over here. So what this tells me is that your level of accuracy is off a little bit. You're not quite accurate because you're not quite hitting the mark you're supposed to be. But these measurements are all clustered together, which shows me that you're precise. This one just being an outlier, it's not quite in the data. And that happens. You're going to see that in your measurements. What you're looking for is that you're getting precision and your data is coming out the same over and over and over again. So you're hitting the spot, you're just not hitting the right spot. So this is precise, but it's not accurate. Okay? So let's take a look at another example. Okay, so let's say you are shooting and your dart hits here, it hits here, it hits here, it hits here, over and over and over again. Okay, so this set of data point that you have, these are going to both be accurate because you're hitting the mark you want, and precise because you keep hitting it over and over and over again. So that's accurate and it's precise. Okay, let's try one last one here to give you another idea of how things can turn out. Okay, and it would be where you have a dart lands here, a dart lands here, a dart lands here, a dart lands here, a dart up here. Okay, now, even though you got one dart here that matched the accuracy, the precision is terrible. Okay, your precision is bad and your accuracy is bad. This is definitely what we don't want in the lab. Okay, so what we're looking for is that you're both accurate and precise. Okay, so let's take a look at some actual data in the lab to make this look a little more sense here. Okay, so let's say we do an experiment and you are looking for the density of aluminum. Alright, so you're trying to find the density of aluminum. The actual accepted value of this is 2.70, and this is 3 sets of student data. Okay, student A has data that's 3.21, 3.3. I'm not going to read them all, but you get the idea. Student B and student C. Now if we look at student A, the mark that the student is looking for is 2.7. Student A has 3.2, 3.3, 3. We would say that this is precise because all of the data is pretty much the same. Okay, pretty close together, off a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get back on significant figures, but essentially the student keeps getting the same answer over and over again, but it is not accurate because the goal is to get 2.7. So this is precise, there's a level of precision, but there's no accuracy here. Student B looks really good. It's both precise and accurate. Okay, because notice 2.69, 2.68, they're all very close to the target and they're all pretty much close together. Alright, and student C has no accuracy and no precision. This is just really, really sloppy. So this is what we don't want. I don't want to see this in the lab. Okay, this tells me you're not measuring things properly. You're sloppy. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. There's no precision. This is the ideal. This is what you would love to see. So if we can get this, this is great. And this is where most of you are going to fall. Okay, it just happens. You sometimes aren't used to the tools, or you keep making the same mistake again and again. If I see this, student C, you do the lab again. Student A, okay, acceptable. We'll talk about why you're not accurate. Maybe you made a mistake in the calculations. And student B would be exactly what you're shooting for. Okay? I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to actually do in another video lesson, I'll show you how to do some calculations with this. Like, what do we do with this data? How do we crunch this, and how do we get use that equation for accuracy, which would be that % error calculation. So if you need to watch that, go ahead. Thanks a lot, guys.